Fort Worth, Texas, February 1974. A quiet suburban community is about to face one of the most haunting crimes in its history. 17-year-old Carla Walker, bright, kind, and well-loved, disappears after a school dance. What begins as a teenage date night will turn into a decades-long search for justice, spanning nearly half a century. February 16, 1974, a Saturday night. Carla and her boyfriend, Rodney McCoy, attend their school's Valentine's dance at Western Hills High School. Friends remember Carla as cheerful and excited for the evening. After the dance, the couple heads to a familiar hangout, the parking lot of a local bowling alley. Teenagers often sat in their cars there to talk, listen to music, and wind down. Nothing felt unusual. No signs of danger. Just two high school sweethearts ending a fun evening. Without warning, a man approaches the car. Before Rodney can react, the attacker tears open the passenger door and strikes him repeatedly with a blunt object, possibly the butt of a firearm. Rodney is dazed, bleeding, and fighting to stay conscious. The man drags Carla out of the car as she screams for help. Rodney tries to intervene, but the blows keep coming. He collapses. When he finally regains consciousness, Carla is gone. The attacker and his victim have vanished into the night. Police arrive quickly. Rodney, severely injured, describes the attacker as a man in his mid-20s. Officers begin searching the surrounding area, but there are no immediate leads. For 3 days, Carla's family waits in agony. Then, on February 20th, a grim discovery is made. Her body is found inside a drainage culvert near Benbrook Lake, about 10 miles away. The city of Fort Worth is shaken. The investigation begins, but the answers are scarce. Investigators interview Rodney extensively, but he's cleared quickly. They follow every lead: interviews, composite sketches, and forensic testing. However, in 1974, DNA technology does not exist. Evidence recovered from Carla's clothing can only be analyzed by blood type and fiber comparison, both of which lead nowhere. Several men in the area are questioned, including one named Glenn Samuel McCurley, who lived nearby and owned a .22 Ruger, similar to a weapon possibly connected to the crime. But McCurley passes a brief interview and denies involvement. With no forensic tools to challenge him, the case stalls. Within months, the investigation grows cold, and then it freezes entirely. For decades. For nearly 50 years, Carla's case remains unsolved. Her family continues to hope. Retired detectives admit her case is one that never leaves them. Over the years, advances in forensic science offer new possibilities. The preserved clothing from Carla's case becomes crucial. Investigators still have it, carefully stored for decades. Modern testing finally retrieves a usable male DNA profile. And that is where the breakthrough begins. In September 2020, police arrest the now 77-year-old Glenn McCurley at his home. During the investigation and trial preparation, the evidence mounts. Faced with overwhelming forensic proof, McCurley decides to plead guilty in 2021. For Carla's family, the moment is emotional and heartbreaking. They waited 47 years, nearly an entire lifetime, to hear someone finally take responsibility for her death. McCurley is sentenced to life in prison. The Carla Walker case stands as a powerful example of the impact of forensic genealogy. Evidence preserved in the 1970s, once considered limited, became the key to solving a cold case almost 5 decades later. For Carla's family, justice did not come quickly, but it did come, and her story continues to highlight the importance of cold case work, modern forensic science, and the unwavering dedication of investigators who refuse to give up.